favor of RoseJ and Mirrorman because they were able to take advantage of those extreme combo pushes that you see out of Chavo and Zoo. That's why we're seeing now the switch up has gone to doing the ice perk along with the fire debuff to make sure they could slow them down a bit to try and lock Rose in place. But Bam and Austin, both of y'all have seen it time and time again. How many times have Mirrorman been in a last life situation and clutched it out? They're gonna have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, they're always on point there. It's so crazy. Of course, just to let you know, since we are in top 8, this will be a best of 5 scenario. But man, every time Mirrorman has been the clutch king time and time again, right? So you got to be careful. You got to make sure that even when they're close to victory, it ain't over till it's over, baby.
Yeah, and also, now thinking about it too, Austin, Chavo's also been on that situation as well. There's been a couple times where Chavo's gone for the double dare, even if it's not the most optimal time, and he's stolen games away. And we're seeing them get jumped right now. Oh my god, so much damage going on.
That is damage.
That just be always happening, right? Just like the scramble situations be happening in the doubles. You're gonna see Chavo trying to escape that scenario, kind of going off with a lot of damage. That Steve's gonna knock him all the way off. You see immediately, the second he gets knocked off, RoseJ and Mirrorman were on top of him, trying to keep him at bay. You see RoseJ doing a phenomenal job of just edge guarding, while Mirrorman just keeping Zoo away from being able to assist his teammate. Now we're resetting back to neutral.
Absolutely, and wow, look at that setup. I love that clear right there we saw from Chavo, man, going for the gem and immediately reversing on the other side of the coin to get some damage. You're gonna see the first point there though go to Mirrorman and Rose, and immediately afterwards Zoo's gonna find his mark, and these guys are just going blow for blow right now, but they're gonna be careful. I see Mirrorman and Zoo at pretty high percents.
Look at the way Chavo's trying to read these early attempts from Mirrorman out of disadvantage. He was already trying to couple where the tunnel would come out too with the down air, and he read him on his way out of that too. Just missing on the uppercut is Zoo going out there at the top, and Chavo just missing as well. But here he comes with the side special. Just misses out on the side air. That could have taken out Mirrorman.
Yeah, very, very close.
Speaking of that up air, man, you see Mirrorman coming in with the back crack-a-lack and getting another stock on the board. 2 points to 1 in favor of red team. You see Mirrorman chilling over here with 148 damage. He's on fire right now. Going to be a prime target to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, RoseJ just diving in, playing the offensive, being the rushdown, gets caught by the spike from Zoo, getting a big pick on them to try to even the scores, even damages as well. Very high damage for both Chavo and RoseJ. Zoo and Mirrorman kind of chill on the low while they just keep going for these scrambles. Blue team has an advantage here. Mirrorman off stage at 10, using the rocket to regain his resources and get back onto the center stage. Very fantastic play coming out from Mirrorman.
So very close. I love it. Finally, we see the smoke grenade get down. That's going to be coverage and kind of give it clear. Very, very important for Sue to actually have time to set up the recovery. The gem is out to play, though. Let's see if we can get a damage off top. Not going to get it necessarily yet. The chase with the gem, but of course, you got the back coming in from Mirrorman. Mirrorman is always ready with that up air. And my gosh, he's going to dive in. Wow.
Oh my god, he still caught him at the end after the teleport, but what a recovery route Chavo tried to do to get past that rocket, but instantly answered was Mirrorman. Watch this. Jump, being forced here after using the teleport, and he immediately went out there after he had access to the tunnel. It's like, well, once you land, that's it, I'm pulling the trigger. And Mirrorman clutches it out again at the end. Incredible pressure from Batman and from the Finn, but one thing that did happen consistently, we haven't seen many people do, is they broke Batarang often. And once Batarang is broken, that's a lot of your neutral game gone, and that's why they had to back off a lot more at the end. It was mostly just straight up uppercut reads versus having a Batarang to try and combo into it.
No, absolutely.
What's crazy about Mirrorman is that literally Bugs Bunny is a range slash mage, right? But Mirrorman is a ranged. He's an assassin. He's a tank. He's living the dream. Like he only died once. He's support. Like he might as well be a. The only thing he doesn't have is bruiser. He doesn't have really any armor on any of his hits. But other than that, like he can do it all, dude. Like it's crazy. Like he was literally playing as the tank in that match.
Yeah, he's different, definitely a different breed, that's for sure. I mean, the big thing about Mirrorman that you'll see it time and time again is Mirrorman knows where it's okay. He picks and chooses his timing to come in. He really sets the tempo for a lot of time. And one of the big things about it, of course, is using that rabbit hole, right? Once you see him dive, man, like I said, doing the Michael Phelps, man, once he's diving into that ground, you gotta deal with that, right? Because now he can activate himself on both sides of the stage. And that is one of the most powerful tools he has. Of course, we see the big rocket flying by all the time, the bank, right? The safe, right? But man, it's really that rabbit hole and how he maneuvers around that. And that makes it so hard to stop him, because the moment he sees someone attacking him, he's getting pressured, I'm going to disengage. I'm going to make you forget about me. I'm going to throw a pie, sit back, and I'm over in the distance. Oh, wait, no, I'm right up in your face with a bat. See you later.
And I'm glad that you're pointing out all of these specials too, because the big reason why he has access to them, if we take a look at these perks here, is the way, actually, never mind, they changed off of it. So I thought he had the cooldown refresh. There was a point where there was 2 rockets on the screen at the same time. Usually you see that off of cooldown refreshes, but instead they've gone for projectile block-based perks and more defensive play styles so they can deal with them. But the most common counter pick today for Zoo and Chavo has been to the Batcave itself. The knockouts off the top of the stage are so easy to line up, even though Bugs could do it too. This is where they have been mauling people on top of the Batmobiles to get easy knockouts. Let's see if it happens here in game number 2.
Absolutely.
These characters are vertical. Like, they're going to be killing you off the top. You got uppercuts, you got combos coming from Chavo, just the simple down air to up air, as well as just the chase off of the nair. But speaking of, I mean, Arya and Bugs also get a lot of mileage out of this stage, especially while those cars are still intact. They jump on the platform. Mirrorman already taking a stock out the gate. Chavo just eating the dust on that damage. And now we see Zoo trying to retaliate with a little bit of damage. Mirrorman on the case. He does such a good job of just being at the right place at the right time, while Arya is just going for like the combo damage. RoseJ sets up Mirrorman so beautifully.
Oh, absolutely. And we get to see the dive kick. We got to make something happen here, man, because those are 2 very, very quick. That is 3. We might see a 4th one very soon if they don't get away from that left side of the stage. These guys are on point. The combo game. Oh, he's chasing. He wants it. Oh, that's another one. Okay, we're back at it. We're back at it.
They were finally able to get 2 on the piece, but the rocket coming back down at the right time almost ended up stealing that game away. That Chavo was getting jumped quite a bit up to this point. He got 2 back on the board. They have to be so careful. You can't land in front of the knife. You can't land in front of one of these up airs, because oh my god, Arya almost catching him, but Chavo forcing him away with the up special. Dare coming in, another dare. Are you gonna line it up? No, and they're gonna miss out, and now they have to get back on the stage.
Oh my gosh, and just like that. I mean, how quick was that, my guys? That was absolutely wild. From out the gate, we saw an incredible chase from these guys. Of course, we talked about, Aussie was saying it already, one of the threats there, it's going to be extremely hard for them to deal with characters that are also really strong vertically, and that's really what we saw come out of Mirrorman and Rose. They were able to pressure them on the left side, got them hit on the top corner. They had to deal with the safe right there, and then they try to come down and easily interrupt on that aerial down special. That move's really good, but it's not going to be able to deal with that move, that's for sure.
And I think the biggest heartbreaker was definitely Zoo, like this situation, like coming up, like they got the 2 spikes. Zoo could have easily gone for like the up air to get him off the top there in the middle of the stage. Wasn't able to get it. Then you see Chavo trying to get back on that side special, that side air from Mirrorman, gonna be able to steal out that entire game and bring it into a 2-0 lead. The thing is, Red Team almost brought that back. They almost did.
Yeah, I think the thing is that Red Team might not have been prepared for the 3 spots they lost sub 100. That there was the up air off the Batman there. There was the one that happened like 10 seconds into the game or something like that, where Chavo just disappeared. And then there was the one that where the edge guard where Rose went deep off stage after Chavo too. Chavo was able to rebuttal with that double knockout, but they have some work to do. And now, at least in this one, is a best of 5 territory, so they can still make it happen. They got to find a way to make it work here in this last round, otherwise it's over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I've seen so far right from Zoo is he does tend to go for like a really high aerial down special, and it tends to work when you have the battering, right? And so, or you have Chavo catching people already. But the biggest problem we've seen is a lot of times you're getting preoccupied with Rose, right? So now in the situation, you don't have coverage to come down with that big sweeping hitbox that usually will beat out a lot of characters. But again, it's not going to beat out that bat for Mirrorman. And Mirrorman is always hunting, man. For him, it's bat season, it's human season, it's whatever it needs to be. He's a hunter this time around, and you got to be careful.
Okay,
it's
Sweetie
Bruce
Todd.
Wayne season, bro. That's all. That's all it is. Okay, we're gonna jump into game 3 here. Dropping off over at Sky Arena, one of the
going dark.
than say the likes of like Batcave. So sometimes a side hit might be able to get that kill. Also down tilt coming out from Finn is a pretty good strategy on this stage. Managed to catch him off to the edge of the stage, get a spike on it. Oh no, brutal.
Wow.
Much wider room to work with, but also has been a pretty common stage that we've seen Mirrorman and Rose make big W's on as well, because you have no platforms to escape to, and their combo game has just been on point. And there we go, a double up attempt right now, but the defense on Rose again to avoid not only the dare, but the falling up special from Finn. That almost taking it out off the top. That bat is so strong.
Yeah, man, and of course the Rockets in play, forcing them to go high, which is going to give them an opportunity to set up a combo starter. Someone is stuck. You got to be careful here. Going to get some extra damage and trying to go on top again. Potentially, that's going to be 1-2, and we might get another right back. Chavo, be careful. You're getting sniped, and these guys are looking for an O right now.
Oh my goodness, almost taking Zoo off at 28. Zoo just trying to live right now. So many options being covered. You're gonna get one dare at least. You're gonna get two, but this is once again another spot where they've worked back into it, but they took a lot of damage to get to here.
Zoo is kicking off to the stage there again, coming in clutch to get those 2 kills in a row, just like in the previous game. Now we have ourselves a pretty even game here. The only difference is that like red team can only afford to lose 1 stock while the other one has 2. But right now it's looking pretty brutal. They're both in the 70s, getting comboed off the crap of Mirrorman, trying to position himself in the air for whenever RoseJ wants to like swing up an opponent up there. He'll have the bat ready to go. That bat looking a little cracked right now.
Almost catching it off the top right there. Bam, so close. Coming in, and that's going to catch the whiff at the end of the up special. Trying to get a combo started. Trying to get some damage to line them up and send them over to Zoo. And that was instantly covered by Rose once again.
Yeah, that was a rough one for them. Such a blaze of glory coming out there from Mirrorman and Rose. Like you said before, this is a stage that they're pretty familiar with. We've seen them get extremely a ton of dubs from there. I think one of the big things about the stage is usually it's like, okay, let's try to separate these guys. Doesn't work with that rabbit hole. Again, I gotta call it out. That move is so strong because it allows you to essentially be able to fight on multiple fronts depending on where you put that placement. And these guys were moving like clockwork. Make sure they had a whole, like, walling them off on the side, getting some of these early combos, and we didn't get enough times where they were pinning Mirrorman down so he couldn't assist RoseJ in these combos, man. It's extremely hard to do so, and that's why they continue to find success.
Yeah, honestly, like, it is... Like, we've all been looking at this team going into this, anticipating them to be like one of the biggest deals, and they have continued to showcase why. Like, Mirrorman consistently coming out on top in all these tournaments, Austin, and here with Rose consistently climbing ladder and holding the top position. This is one of the first matches we saw where Zoo and Chavo weren't able to rush people down